What's going on, everybody? It's Thundershot, and we are back with more Pokemon ranking tier lists. We are currently on Gen 6, and you know what? I think I might end up finishing this out. I might finish the rest later. I did 1 through Gen 5 the other day. I'm doing Gen 6 now. I'll get to 7, 8, 9, whatever down the line for sure. So this list is going to be a little bit different in that we won't be ranking all the Pokemon because this list contains every Mega, and we ranked the Megas in the previous list. So I'll be ranking Mega Diancie, the starters, and all the Megas exclusive to Gen 6, but I actually already ranked all the other ones, and they're on the older videos. So we will get to that when we get to that. But for right now, here we go. Going to crack into it. How do we feel about the starters of Gen 5, or Gen 6, excuse me? Well, this ought to be a fun one. So Chespin, I like this little guy. No complaints. I probably like Bulbasaur a little bit more, you know, if I'm thinking grass starters. Trico's about there. The middle form is fine. You know me, I'm usually a middle form hater. I don't love him, I don't hate him. But he's here, whatever. Chestnut is borderline one of my fucking goats. I love this thing. Tanky grass type, gets a move called Spiky Shield. The thing that sucks about Chestnut is that grass types are not very good defensively for the most part sometimes. Excuse me, but Spiky Shield's a goat move, and this genuinely would probably be my starter if I ever properly played through Gen 6. Again, so to speak. Anyway, moving on. Delphox line. What is this thing? Finnick? What do they call it? Delphox line coming up next. I actually like this as an opening starter a lot. Cute little fox thing, you know. Just an adorable little. It's everything you want out of a starting. You know, a first Evo starter on that one. The middle Evo is actually also pretty sick. It stands up, fire psychic, looks very promising. Seems like a very cool concept for a Pokemon. And then it evolves into Delphox. And Delphox is one of the worst fucking pieces of shit Pokemon I've ever seen. Who wants to play with a Delphox, bro? Delphox was such a cool line until it became Delphox. How do you throw the whole line away? There's so much promise. There's so much cool. I'd have been cooler if this was the final Evo. This thing right here. Like, it would have been fine. How the fuck do you throw it all the way for Delphox? Because here's the thing. This sprite is not doing the Delphox I know justice. Because this sprite is like, it's Delphox in a pose and it's holding the flaming stick or whatever the fuck. Most of the time, when Delphox first came out, that sprite you saw was just like, it looked like it was wearing a dress and it didn't move its feet. It looked so fucking, it reminded me of, it stanced up like Gothitelle. It looked like Gothitelle almost. Fucking dog shit ass. I hate that thing. Anyway, here we go. Let me move that over there. We got the Faroki line here. What are we looking at? Faroki, no complaints. Good little frog dude. Middle Evo, no complaints. Good little frog dude. Greninja, I'm gonna put Greninja in S. Greninja is not one of my goats. I know I'm in the minority here. Everyone said, wow, Greninja, that thing looks cool. I love how his tongue wraps around his neck or whatever people like about Greninja. But Greninja, not one of my goats. Mega Greninja.
What's good, guys?
Blank25, thank you the 2-piece. How you doing, man? Good to see you. Greninja's an industry plant. I can get behind that. Greninja might have been a plant from the Nintendo industry because they needed to sell toys or something. Who's to say? Oh, this isn't Mega Greninja. This is Ash Greninja. Excuse me. This isn't Mega. So this is Ash Greninja. And Ash Greninja was this really sick concept because he had a special mind link with the main protagonist, Ash Ketchum, which was super badass. It's like Ash could help him do moves. He was stronger than he should have been. His moveset, while still dog shit, he was still conquering the beast. He beat a Mega Sceptile, which is technically a type disadvantage, even though it isn't, because he can kind of change his type around. Ash Greninja was such a cool concept, but it turns out they are both living, breathing frauds because that motherfucker lost to a Charizard the year he should have won the whole thing. The animation was goated. Ash had a fucking goated team. He had a special Mind Link power-up, and more importantly, I know I already said this, but the animation was goated. It was intense. It was fun to look at. It was fun to watch, but not in like a ooh fun way. In a oh, this looks fucking sick. I love my Pokemon battles like this way. And what happened? He fumbled the bag. He fumbled the bag so fucking hard, we're throwing this thing in triple F minus. And to make matters worse, the next year, when they came back with Pokemon, they changed the whole art style, and they made him look like a goddamn Looney Tune. He looked like he should be out there throwing hands with Bugs Bunny and Daffy Duck. He looked like fucking Luffy Gear 5, shooting a shotgun and twisting the duckbill halfway around his face. Like, I'm not 7. I'm not trying to watch that anymore, man. And then he won it, but like, who cares? Because he looks like he's about to blow up a balloon and pop it in someone's ear for comedic effect. Like, I don't know. I'm over it. Anyways, triple F minus. Dog shit ass Mind Link shit. Let's go into this thing. I don't know what the little bunny is, but it's here. And then this guy is a fraud. Always hated this thing. Here we go. Moving on. Gonna keep it plowing ahead. Okay. Fletchling. Very good looking bird. I'd even say the middle Evo is the same, if not a step up. He's almost cooler. Ladies and gentlemen, Talonflame is my fucking goat. How you gonna hate on Talonflame? Firebird, elemental bird, and he kicks ass. We had not gotten very many elemental early birds in the Pokemon series. We had Wingull, who, like, Pelipper is a good Pokemon, even in competitive. Pelipper is a good Pokemon, but who the fuck is running Pelipper? I remember Gen 3, dude, I got a hold of Wingull. I was like, oh my god, it's a bird. It's like, it's flying and it's water. And then I played with it, and it was a letdown. I was like, this thing kind of sucks ass, though. I wish it was better. Talonflame did not let me down. Fucking, oh my god, I got a bird, and it's fire type, and then it turns into Talonflame, and then he's a god? Let's fucking go. Let's fucking go. You know me. Anyway, I can't even tell you what this bug is called, what these two bugs are called, all right? We got fucking little bug with giant eyes. We have that piece of garbage. Vivillon, pretty fucking cool. But you guys know me. I'm a sucker for the moth types. Scatterbug, thank you. Okay, so here's the thing. Visually, this line is fucking sick. But I am so sad that it sucks. If Pyroar was a good Pokemon, the whole line might be in my GOATs list. I forget which one it is. This Pokemon is either a physical attacker with no physical moves or a special attacker with no special moves. It's like, I don't know how you screw a Pokemon over this bad. This is the fire type Manectric, where, like, it should be cool. It should be my GOAT, but it just ain't. You know what I mean? Just a fucking nightmare with this shit. Here we have a different line. So this is the tiniest Pokemon in existence, making it super adorable. So I'm just going to throw that nest because that's funny as fuck. Just that you just have a little microscopic. This thing is a flower. And that thing is also a flower. Not really a whole lot to write home about. These guys, I'm going to throw Go-Goat and S. Go-Goat's fucking Giga Chad. That's G for Go-Goat and G for Giga Chad. I like him quite a bit. Hold on, let me size up this list here. I'm gonna let some of y'all down. I know I'm gonna let some of y'all down as we get further into this one. Pancham, the little guy, looking good. The Evo, I like him too. Got him up there. Nothing to complain about. Solid line with these guys. Dark type, fighting type, cool typing because they can go kick the shit out of psychic types too. Ferofu, I actually fuck with a lot because it's got that cool ass defensive ability. I actually like Ferofu quite a bit. Here we got this little thing with the tiny eyeballs. I got nothing to complain about with these guys. I got no love for these guys. Here's my thing. Mimikyu's not till Gen 7. I feel like I still have ties to Gen 5 Pokemon. I feel like Gen 6, I was just extremely disconnected from Pokemon as a whole. With the exception of watching like Ash Greninja and the XY shit, I was very disconnected from Pokemon as a whole. So I'm looking at most of these things. Like, if they didn't make competitive, I wasn't about it. This is literally a floating sword. This is actually a floating sword. What is this? This is a slightly cooler floating sword. I'm going to put Aegislash Attack in A tier. I'm going to put Aegislash Defense in S tier. I do fuck with those swords, though, when they Evo. It's but like that first one, this is a sword. Who's doing what with this? No, that's Ash Greninja in triple F minus tier. Greninja's in S tier. Ash Greninja's in triple F minus. Aegislash is killer. Aegislash is cool. King Shield is a dope-ass move. Turning back to the attack form. That was a very interesting concept, and he was very fun to play both with and against in competitive when he came out. I remember that. Playing with him and against him in competitive was really, really fun. Like, predicting around when they were going to King Shield or when they were going to attack you and, like, picking your moment and going for it. I'm going to be as honest as I possibly can. I've never seen either of these two Pokemon in my entire life, and I'm inclined to think that they're fake mon that somebody snuck onto this list as a prank. I don't know what I'm looking at. I've never seen it before. Whose fucking cat is this? I don't have a name because I don't have a visual represent. Like, nothing in the memory bank rings true for either of these. What the fuck are they? They are useless fairy types. Okay. So here we got this Pokemon I'm pretty sure is called Creme Brulee. I'll put this one up here because he's a goofy looking little guy. And I think he looks funny. And I kind of fuck with him. This thing Looks like a piece of shit. I'm gonna put this thing in D tier. Ash Greninja also totally sucks because it ran competitive for years. I mean, yeah, it was a whole different thing. It didn't have so regular Greninja has like Protein or whatever the fuck it is, where he can change his types on the fly. What is Ash Greninja's special ability? Battle Bond. What does it do? What does Battle Bond do again? They're Fairy bloatware because Fairy is either absolute dog shit or the most OP ever, and there's no in between. Battle Bond turns him into Ash Greninja, but what does being Ash Greninja do? When you kill something, it megas and goes extremely fast and gets higher special attack. Water Shuriken becomes better. Love the Inky line. Okay. What is this thing? Malamar. Okay. So we got little Inky, adorable looking little guy. Malamar. I'm comfortable making Malamar one of my goats. He's no Talonflame. He's no Talonflame, but I'm comfortable making Malamar one of my goats. Malamar was fun as fuck. So he's slow. So like he's got a weakness. He's slow. But he has fucking... What is it? You know what? He's shittier now. Didn't they nerf Contrary? Yeah, he had Contrary, which made him super fun to play with. But actually, no, I think I have to move him down by modern standards because they nerfed Contrary. Contrary made Malamar so fun to play with because you would go out there and you would superpower. And your attack and defense would go up. And you'd superpower. And your attack and defense would go up. And you'd superpower. It was really, really fun. But if they nerf Contrary, he got to go down a notch. Because Malamar, if he ain't at ×2 or ×3, is kind of ass. But yeah, I forgot they nerfed Contrary. I'm upset about that. I wish they'd send it back. But I know they were getting shit that was too busted. So it is what it is. Sylveon got Contrary too. Yeah, but that Pokemon sucks major dick. And is irredeemably bad. The thing evolved backwards. I'm not going through this again. Anyways, these guys, I remember when these guys came to competitive because I was 200% convinced that they were fake mon. I thought Pokemon Showdown was allowing fake mon to run shit for like an April Fool's joke or something. This thing's Barnacle, I think is his name. And I went, what in the fuck is this? This is nothing that Pokemon would ever give me. But I was wrong because they did. Jergali got an interesting line. This dude looks like a little dweeb. I'm actually gonna say he goes backwards. So I'm gonna put this little guy in S. Put Jergali in A. But Poison Dragon's a sick fucking type, and these things look creepy as shit. I can throw them both up here. Fuck it. We'll do that. Clawitzer. This thing is just a modern crab. This one has a fucking cannon for an arm, so that's pretty sick. Nothing else really outstanding. Adorable looking little guy. Electric lizard. All right. He's a fucking T-Rex, dude. What do you want from me? He's a little baby rock T-Rex. Little baby rock T-Rex. And then keeping it moving. Ladies and gentlemen, I am proud to inform you that Tyrantrum is my fucking goat. That dude is up there and he belongs up there. Dragon rock type, fucking head smash. Just throw yourself at it. Defensive wall. Hits like a fucking truck. Love that dude. Love that dude. Tyrantrum is a fucking goat. The Aurorus line, I'm going to throw both these guys in S. I actually like both these guys a lot. Aurorus has like a unique ice move that I'm forgetting the name of right now. But the Aurorus line, pretty impressed with it. Like it quite a bit. Good addition to Pokemon. I will probably, I don't know. Maybe like this. I'm not going to be a hater, but I'm not going to be a hater. The more I think about it, I like Aurorus. I don't love Aurorus. Anyways, we're going to keep it moving. Sylveon. Sylveon is probably the most controversial evolution out there, okay? Because for the most part, I feel like people tend to forget about Glaceon and Leafeon, or they're just their favorites, but it's like nobody hates Glaceon or Leafeon, right? Flareon is cool, but he's not very usable. Vaporeon, Jolteon, people love them for very different reasons depending on what section of the internet you're on. Espeon and Umbreon, basically universally loved. I feel like more people love Umbreon, but I fuck with Espeon a little bit more, but they're both fucking sick. Sylveon shows up at a place, and it's got the new fairy typing that nobody liked at first. If you weren't around for that, nobody was a fan of the fairy typing when it very first dropped, and then they played with it a little bit, and they're like, okay, maybe this is good if Dragon type doesn't exist anymore. Was more or less the agenda going on at that time. Sylveon comes out. Sylveon probably the most controversial because I feel like people either hate Sylveon or they love Sylveon, and the reason they have to hate Sylveon is that it's not like Glaceon or Leafeon, whereas you can kind of forget about them because their stats sort of suck ass. Sylveon was fucking good. And when I mean good, especially when they dropped, Sylveon was fucking busted. Pixelate, Hyper Voice, whatever the fuck you were doing, Sylveon hit like a goddamn truck. Sylveon can tank shit. I think Sylveon's design is kick-ass, and Sylveon also has one of the best shinies out of the whole evolution line because Sylveon is my fucking goat. Get her up there. Get her up there. Damn good looking evolution design. Perfect fitting for the fairy typing. Love the attacks. It's a fucking tanky wall. It can do it all. It's not fast, but Sylveon, that's my fucking goat. That's my fucking goat. That's a good reason. I think it's a good introduction to fairy typing in general. Sylveon is super sick. Demon, yo, I'm not explaining it to you. I'm not explaining it to you. Sylveon goat. Sylveon hyper carry you through basically any Pokemon ever. You'd have a problem at like steel type gyms. You know what I mean? Outside of that, Sylveon can be a beast on any team. Okay, move right along. Hawlucha. I know a lot of people love Hawlucha. I always thought Hawlucha was fine. I also think him being a part of that Ash team that somehow lost in X and Y brings him down a little bit. But I got nothing to complain about. Hawlucha feels like, I don't know. It feels like they could have had a Pokemon not as good as Hawlucha evolve into a Pokemon slightly better than Hawlucha, and you would have a fucking heavy hitter anywhere they went, right? You would have a heavy hitter anywhere they go. But instead of making a lesser Pokemon that evolved into a greater Pokemon, they just met in the middle and just made Hawlucha. He feels very like Scyther-y, where you can run him. What up, Casual? You can run him if you just like Hawlucha a lot, but he's gonna fall off later on, right? That being said, Flying Fighting type is really sick. He's a really dope designed Pokemon, and I like him a lot. I'm gonna throw him up an S. Here we have the Dedenne, aka not Raichu. I don't know why this thing needs to exist when Raichu already exists, but you know, baby Raichu, whatever. Can't be a hater. I'll throw the Dedenne in B tier. Carbink, which I'm not gonna lie, I was sure had an Evo. Doesn't need to exist. Here we go. The goofy fucking Goodra line. I'm gonna do something weird here. Carbink. You hate Carbink? Why would you hate Carbink? It isn't Diancie, so I dislike it. How'd I get a sub? I never watched you, but it's alright. Oh, we're doing a massive subathon. We've gotten like 3,000 subs or so in the last week. So Twitch just started giving them out to anybody. That's how you caught one. There was a bunch. Yeah, welcome in though. Good to see you. Here's the thing with Goodra. Goodra's a really fun Pokemon, and the whole line is interesting to me. I'm going to throw every one of the Goodra line in S tier. I'm going to throw everyone from the Goodra line in S tier. Because, like, look at this little... You can't hate this little piece of shit, right? The middle Evo is actually pretty interesting. I don't feel like it goes backwards or makes the middle stage weird. I feel like it's its own thing, and I like it a lot. And then Goodra I also like a lot. I like its ability. I like the moves it can learn. It's, again, one of those big tanky walls. I'm just a fan of tanks, especially later on. As you can see, like, we got Ferofu up here, we got Tyrantrum, we got Sylveon, you know, we got Chestnut. Like, I feel like defensive Pokemon are slept on sometimes. I feel like defensive Pokemon are slept on. Okay, Klefki. This little dickbag piece of shit we got here is actually one of my fucking goats. And the reason, the design is just key, sure. But the reason is that when competitive dropped... So here's the thing. Here's my competitive experience. I started at the end of Gen 5, and I played through, like, the beginning of Gen 6. So I was there when all these Pokemon were birthed into the competitive scene. Klefki is fucking hilarious because he gets Prankster, he gets Reflect, Light Screen, T-Wave, and he could just be a general fucking dick to you. Klefki's whole thing is he's a goddamn asshat. He's annoying to get rid of, and he's gonna piss off your whole existence. And that's so fucking funny. This thing being like, I think it could maybe learn Swagger too. But, yeah. Klefki's hilarious because he exists to be a piece of shit. And he was just really funny to play against the competitive. Anyways, Shuppet. Shuppet's a cool-looking ghost type. Ghost Grass, too. I'm always a sucker. I'm not always a sucker, but I'm a sucker for grass types that don't suck ass, right? I feel like there's a lot of grass types that suck ass, but when there's not, kind of a sucker for grass types. Trevenant happens to be one of my fucking goats. Throwing Trevenant up there in the goats. Very sick design. Unique attacks, cool attacks. He's a different play style than most Pokemon you come across. He can be like kind of tanky, live forever with his ingrained shit, or he can just slap your shit up. Ending the subathon. Nano, I don't have the time. Hold on, I'll grab the timer real quick. I thought I'd get through this without the timer, but here we are. Hold up. There you go. Yeah, I'm finishing this one out, Nano. Cap reached at 3K. So the cap will still go until we hit 3K, and then the cap's hit. But yeah, dude, I gotta go to TwitchCon. I gotta get ready and go to TwitchCon. I've been streaming for almost 2 weeks. We're not at the cap until we hit 3K, but if we hit 3K, we're at the cap. You know what I mean? So I'm streaming until the subathon's over, more or less. Anyway, where are we going? These little pumpkaboo shits. I don't know why they got introduced in the same era that you introduced Trevenant in. That's just unfortunate. That's like being... Oh, man. It's just like a... I don't know. Uncap? Lotus, I can't uncap it. I'd be streaming into TwitchCon. What the fuck? What do you mean uncap? First of all, we're not hitting the cap. First and foremost. I don't think that's happening. Secondly, am I canceling TwitchCon? Like what do you mean? I'd be losing money to do that. Yes, uncap. I've technically been busy, most of which with the streamathon, for 2 weeks. I've technically been busy with the subathon, mostly the subathon, for 2 weeks. I took a 3-day break, and on 2 of those days, I was traveling and doing shit, and then I came back, and I came back, streamed, and then I turned the stream off so I get ready for part 2 of the subathon. It's actually been 2 weeks since we started this shit. Just stream at TwitchCon. I can stream at TwitchCon. I can't stream 24/7 at TwitchCon. That's unrealistic. Let me pull up my wallet. I'll uncap this. Your friends don't want you to live. I'm gonna be streamer forever. Oh, I have hit Rumble. I don't know what you guys are doing tonight. We could play Rumble after this if you wanted, because we blew the Rumble goal out of the water. All right, where were we? Rumble. All right, where were we? Pumpkaboo, actually adorable, but unfortunately, you were born in the same era as Trevenant, so that's a triple F minus. What are you doing out here? We have a regular, relatively shitty ice type that turns into a coffee table, which is funny. So we're gonna move that one up to A. Part 3 subathon. No, I need to rest. Because after TwitchCon, I'm going to Italy, man. Like I got shit I gotta prepare for. Noibat. I'm gonna throw an A. Noivern, we'll throw an S. And we're actually about done here. We're only going till... I'm not doing any other than here. I'll move Mega Diancie here. Or Diancie, whatever the fuck. Here. Because all these Pokemon down here, we ain't got to do. Any Pokemon, like, from Venusaur and beyond, we don't have to do. Because I've done those already in the previous ones. Oh, except Mega Salamence. Mega Salamence wasn't on one of the lists. Yeah, Mega Salamence genuinely wasn't on one of the lists, so I think Mega Salamence is fine. Like a little spacecraft. Where did Diancie go? Did I throw Diancie somewhere already? Oh no, that... Alright, we'll do this. There, we'll do it like that. Alright, whew. Xerneas. It's a big deer with a lot of antler. Xerneas is whatever. Yveltal is fucking cool. Yveltal looks cool as shit. I do technically own a copy of Pokemon Y. Yveltal's got a sick-ass shiny, too. Xerneas is GOAT. That's my first legendary. Sorry to hear that. Alright, so we got Pokemon X and Y, so naturally we also got Pokemon Z. which is where this guy got to show himself off. This is Zygarde. This is a dog. This is a shittier looking thing. And then this is what you play when you don't feel like using Slow Start on Regigigas. Thankfully, he got his own game dedicated to him, as Pokemon should have. So we got to see him branched out and become something, and didn't have to play some stupid minigame in Sun and Moon in order to like pick up pieces of his jizz and put them back together or whatever. I don't know. I didn't like Moon when I played it. I didn't like Pokemon Moon when I played Pokemon Moon. Hoopa. I think I'm putting both Hoopas in the fucking my goat. That's got to be the most badass Pokemon of all time, right? I mean, is there a contest for that one? Hoopa was just kicking the shit out of everybody and got bored kicking the shit out of everybody. So Hoopa started opening portals to other realms. So Hoopa could bring in legendaries. So she could kick the shit out of those ones too. And that Homs told me this backstory a few times. Like, imagine being a legendary who just likes fucking people up so bad that you start bringing in legendaries. Other legendaries, just you could fuck them up for fun. For fun. Okay. We have 3 Pokemon left. We have the first water fire type, which was mad interesting. I don't know why my mouse is doing this, but this is how it is. First water fire type, which is mad interesting. Can't be a hater there. I'm going to throw that one in S rank. We got Diancie, who is a rock fairy thing, and Mega Diancie, who is a cooler rock fairy thing. And I think that's a wrap. I don't think there's anything here that I haven't done already in the previous rankings. I think we're basically all caught up, unless I missed a Mega or 2 here or there. Mega Pins are still my goat, but y'all know me. Volcanion's one of my favorite mythicals. And that's the list. I know this list was a little bit faster than normal, but Gen 6 didn't have as many Pokemon, didn't feel like it. And like I said, I'm a little bit less tied to this generation. If we get to Gen 7, I did regrettably play Gen 7. But yeah, that'll be later down the line somewhere. Anyways, if you're watching on YouTube, appreciate you guys. As always, Thundershot out. Peace, late. Catch you guys in a minute. Or see you guys later, whatever. Outro the video. Weeb's got it.